Countering the Deluxo is a pretty easy thing to do in itself, and the reason why I've held myself so long from making this video is because I thought it'd be pretty pointless. Although it has been highly requested. The Deluxo is a flying car, not too often used in combat, but these people do still exist. And there are purely only two reasons for that, because the homing rockets are decent and the vehicle can be pretty flexible. In today's video, I will be giving you a few popular ways that you can counter them, and this guide is mainly for beginners only. The first method is using a railgun or an explosive sniper. The railgun is extremely good for taking out Deluxo griefers, mainly because the Deluxo isn't that fast, and aiming steady and shooting is pretty easy. And the explosive sniper is an even better solution, simply because you can quite literally pinpoint your shot more accurately. And because the Deluxo's armour is pretty fragile, it won't take long before it's blown up. Another on-foot example, if the Deluxo is somehow the same elevation as you, let's say for example that you're on a hill and he's straight in front of you, then you can snipe them out with normal bullets, but again, this is situational. And of course, if they are too high above your head, then you won't be able to snipe them anyway. In general, I don't often see Deluxos go for targets that are on foot. More commonly, that's usually via presses, thrusters and scramjets. Okay, now we're going with ground vehicle methods, and the APC, which is cheap and cheerful, will take out Deluxos which are giving you a little bother. The APC can take a bit of a battering before the Deluxo rightfully comes along to destroy it. So here, it's about how fast you can take control and take it out of the sky. And for 2.3 million it's a good deal, and it is one of the best vehicles in the game. And thanks to its rapid fire missiles, you shouldn't have a problem. And you can aim pretty high before the Deluxo is in your blind spot. The APC can also be stored into your garage, so if you do teleport to your apartment via the heist invite method, you can easily run into your garage and grab an APC if you're struggling to get one off the streets. Of course, you could use the Gtaonline, I mean, why wouldn't you? And for that, I do agree. It's only because the APC is just a cheaper method and something that you can just grab from your garage without being disturbed. But the Raider is a vehicle which everybody should love and buy, and yes, while it is on the expensive side for new GTA Online players, it is a vehicle which will save your bacon so much, especially from Deluxo and Oppresso griefers. And the reason that is because the Raider has some of the best homing missiles and on top of that, decent explosive resistance. If a Deluxo can lock onto you, then you can definitely lock onto them, unless you're facing away from the Deluxo. Then you just need to turn around. And if you really do want to give a Deluxo a surprise, then shoot a wall next to you and then boost in the air, and sometimes this can work in your favour. Just don't do it too many times in one sitting because your car will eventually blow up. I know it sounds obvious, but I don't know, some people are pretty stupid. Next up is the Night Shark sticky method, and this method is pretty situational. Throwing stickies out of your Night Shark window is recommended if a Deluxo who's chasing you is pretty low. I've managed to do this before quite a couple of times, which is why I'm mentioning this in the video, and because our character can throw sticky bombs pretty high and far, it's fairly easy to wipe them clean out, and this also is the same for your vehicles which have lock-on jammer, and as well the Insurgent Pickup Custom. Next up, with sky methods, you can pretty much use any aircraft you want. Any aircraft with armour to protect you will be more than enough to help you counter a Deluxo griefer. For example, the Avenger, Raiju, or anything with an explosive cannon. The only thing realistically a really good Deluxo driver can do is avoid Oppressor Mark II missiles and counter them back. All of these methods I've mentioned in the video so far should be more than enough for you to counter them. You can also throw a bunch of sticky bombs on the front of your plane and absolutely kamikaze them if you want to be 100% sure. This is also good if you don't have a good plane, just throw 5 sticky bombs on there and then get to work. As I said, it's a slow moving vehicle and incredibly weak in its defense. If you really are struggling to take one down, you can always fly over to your yacht with the air defenses on, and they will take out Deluxos, or even Orb Cannon if you're willing to spend that much money. But as I've said a million times before in previous videos, who the hell is worth that much money anyway? Usually with these series, you know that I usually do 10 ways to counter method, but it really is that easy to take them down. I hope I helped you guys anyway with this fairly quick guide. This week's video was a filler, however this weekend I do have another exciting griefer counter video to share with you. I also do want to thank you all again for the support on this channel, it really does mean a lot to me and it doesn't go unnoticed. And with that being said, I will see you all again this weekend.